You are being lied to everywhere. In the mainstream media, you're being lied to not only in the mainstream media, but in the alternative media as well. You're being lied to all around social media. The information flow to you from the major news sources, we'll call it mainstream media, the major newspapers, the major television stations, the major radio stations, the major magazines around the world. This is not just in America, around the world. These organizations, the major ones, are all state-controlled propaganda machines. Oh my gosh. Kevin, how can you say that? How can you make such a crazy statement? We have a free press in America. I can understand that about Russia or North Korea or Iran, but not in America. We have a free press, not in Germany or the UK. There's got the BBC in the UK. Not in Switzerland, not in Japan. What do you mean state-controlled media? Please. Well, welcome to Fantasyland. You are living a delusional life if you think that the mainstream media is not 100% controlled. Okay, maybe not 100% controlled. 90% controlled by the governments and the powers that be. Primarily the secret societies, Bilderberg group, which controls it. And some people don't even know what the Bilderberg group is. I'm going to talk about that. I've been at the meetings. I'm there. I don't just know about it. I know what goes on behind closed doors because I was behind closed doors. I was involved in these briefings. I was involved with these meetings that are never reported on. The Bilderberg group gets together the most powerful people on planet Earth, including presidents, prime ministers, kings, members of royal families, the richest people on the planet, those who control the media, those who are involved in all of the media, those who control all of the major corporations around the world, the members and the top people in the Federal Reserve and the federal banking systems around the world, they meet. And this is never reported on in the mainstream media. There's more powerful people there than the G8, or it's the G6 now, or G7, or whatever it is now. This is the most powerful group of people, the largest meeting of powerful people on planet Earth. They meet once a year. Almost all of them are members of secret societies, including Skull and Bones and the Brotherhood, which is why I was there. And they basically map out the global agenda for the planet. So on this show, you're not hearing just about something that we know about, some conspiracy theory. It's really what is happening behind the scenes from firsthand experience. So let's go back to the mainstream media and the fact that you're being lied to and controlled. And the reason why I'm telling you this is not to make you feel hopeless or powerless, but actually to open up your eyes, awaken you, take you out of your trance so you can become powerful. I want you to just think about how you feel right now, how you feel. Because by the end of the show, you are going to feel better. You're going to feel in control of your life. You're going to feel like I gave you more control of your life. You're going to feel more powerful. You're not going to feel helpless. You're going to say, hey, I know how the magic trick is done now. So when it's being done to me, aha, I will not be controlled or manipulated to the same degree that I used to be when I was in a trance and asleep and completely unknowing to what was happening to me. When I traveled back in 1999, I had a good friend. His name was President Mikhail Gorbachev and his wife Reza. If you go to the fan club website, KevinTrudeauFanClub.com, if you go to that website, we don't have to put it on the screen, but if you go to that website, KevinTrudeauFanClub.com, there's a gallery and there's pictures of me and President Gorbachev and his wife Reza. And right behind us is a Gulfstream. It's our private plane that we were traveling around the world with. This guy was the former president of the Soviet Union. This is when they had the KGB. And we were chatting on the plane via an interpreter because he didn't speak English and I don't speak Russian. We were chatting about the KGB because this is after he was the president and the collapse of the Soviet Union. And he was saying, well, the KGB, as you know, and he knows by background with the Brotherhood and the CIA, he goes, as you know, the KGB and the CIA work on mind control techniques. They have for decades. It goes back to World War II. Before the CIA was started, it was called the OSS. Later, they had a program in the CIA called MK Ultra, where they controlled individuals, making them unknown assassins. And there was a movie series called the Bourne series, or the Bourne Identity, Jason Bourne, which is loosely based on MK Ultra. And I was part of that program as well. I knew that, so he knew that I knew how we did mind control, how we would set up individuals who would look at screens where we would monitor their eye movements and monitor what parts of the brain got activated. And with certain music frequencies tied in specifically to certain images and certain hypnotic language patterns that were used in the speech at certain frequencies with certain tonality, we learned how to trigger certain parts of the brain so that a suggestion could go in and the person could become instantly suggestible. He could be given an implanted suggestion which he didn't even realize was there, and it would control his thoughts, his emotions, and his actions. And some of you are saying, Kevin, this sounds like some type of science fiction stuff. Please, oh no, where are you going? Oh really, science fiction? Hey, why don't you go to a hypnotist show? Just go to any type of hypnotist show. And the hypnotist will bring people up. The amazing Kreskin, as you know, is a good friend of mine, and he used to do this all the time. But Marshall Silver, he was a stage hypnotist in Vegas, good friend of mine. Matter of fact, I just was talking to him the other day. There are hypnotists all over the world, and they do hypnotist shows, and they bring people up on stage, and they basically say, sleep. And the person just goes, when you awake, when I snap my fingers, you will act like a chicken. Wake. And the guy wakes up. Is that like some type of crazy science fiction? No. It happens every single day all over the world in hypnotic shows. So we know that with the simplest, most rudimentary hypnotic technique, an implant can be put in. You can be given a suggestion that will make you act without your control. So think about this. And if you don't think the CIA and the KGB and the secret police and the highest level organizations around the world that the government controls aren't using this on you, welcome to Fantasy Island. You are living in La La Land. Wake up, pay attention. This is how it really works. So every time you watch TV, and every time you see an advertisement, every time you see the news being given, every time you watch stuff on the internet and you look at all the clickbait and all the headlines, and anytime you read the headlines on all the major mainstream news, you are being given suggestions that is going to affect the way you think, the way you feel, and the way you act. It's going to affect your thinking and make you think certain ways and act uncontrollably without your knowledge. You are being hypnotized, put into a trance, misled, and deceived, but not knowingly. So I was talking to President Gorbachev, and he was saying, look, the KGB controls the media in the Soviet Union. He goes, in the same way that the CIA controls all of the American media. And I said, that's very interesting because, as you know, President Gorbachev, the CIA cannot operate in the United States. Its mandate is only to handle things internationally. And after the translator said that, he just started laughing, and I started laughing. Because any idiot out there that believes that, you are a moron. You are living in fantasy land. if you think the CIA only handles stuff overseas, what do you think they want to kill Snowden for? Because he revealed what really goes on. Same thing as why they want to kill Julian Assange for posting on WikiLeaks, not fake stuff. The reason they want to kill him is he posted the real stuff. Think about that. The reason they want to kill him and they want to kill Snowden is because he revealed the truth. And the truth is that the CIA is embedded all throughout the US mainstream media. That is the truth. They use the techniques to manipulate you in every way. You are being hypnotized. The image of yourself is being lowered. Now, one of the reasons why we have this set.
We're telling you the things that they don't want you to know that will make your life better.